with so many people wanting to lose weight, we need to peel back the curtain a little bit and look at what's going on behind our weight gain or our difficulty to lose weight. And we have to figure out how to do this in a way that next year's goal can be either a progression of this year's goal or a different goal because we achieved an outcome. Hello and welcome to the Core Podcast. We're your hosts, Aline Keller
and Shannon Polson.
I'm a precision nutrition certified coach.
And I'm a NASM certified personal trainer for over 13 years. We support women 30 years old and over to pursue health through realistic nutrition and fitness strategies. Our main passion is to help you find that smile when you look in the mirror, find freedom when you eat, and joy when moving your body.
Make sure to subscribe for your weekly dose of doable health tips, practical advice, and so much more. It's the health education you wish you'd have.
Hello and welcome to the Core. Today, Aline is here for a very special episode, and this is going to be about how to stick to your New Year's resolution, because we all know we make a New Year's resolution, like you've said before, Aline, this is the year I'm going to lose X amount of weight. This is the year I'm going to have an exercise routine. This is the year for me, I'm going to be healthier than ever. And February rolls around, Valentine's Day candy's out, you haven't lost any weight, and then you just say, screw it. But let's be that 10% of population that sticks to their New Year's resolutions for 6 or more months. And you are going to tell us exactly how to do that.
Ooh, it's like a secret sauce.
All right.
And you know what? The first thing I'm going to tell you is that there is no secret. All right. This is a time of year where you're going to get so much marketing and advertising is going to be thrown at you. Like, this is the secret. This is the formula. This is how you do it. You know what? There is no secret. Information is not our problem. Execution is our problem. So the information is completely free. And the special sauce that I'm going to tell you today is actually probably not what you expect. I'm going to tell you about execution. And like I said, it's probably not what you expect. So let's get right to it. So like we said, it's that time of year again. January's here, and the decisions to finally take care of yourself, to change something, to reach a goal, they come in. And personally, I think that is amazing. A lot of people put down resolutions and they say that you shouldn't have resolutions. You should have a word, or you need a strong why, or something like that. And saying and putting down resolutions because you're going to give them up anyway, so you might as well not have one. Personally, I call BS. Okay, I think resolutions are amazing. I think that the amount of people who accomplish great things, and even if you don't get to that lofty resolution, the amount of people who make significant life changes because of a decision for a calendar year, it's pretty cool. So, resolutions are a bad thing in itself. However, when it comes to weight loss specifically, I think that many times it's not having a resolution that's the issue, it's the resolution itself. Statistics show that 55% of American adults want to lose weight. I found the numbers for me and all my Canadian residents that the number in Canada is that 80% of Canadian women want to lose weight. And a sad side note here is that in Canada, 50% of these women are at a healthy weight according to their BMI. So this is an indicator of how our culture puts way too much stock on skinny over health, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, many of us want to lower our weight. We want to be healthier. And for lots of people, that includes weight loss. And even if you're not looking for weight loss and you're really just, you're happy with your weight, but you do want to take steps to be healthier, all of these things will still apply. With so many people wanting to lose weight, we need to peel back the curtain a little bit and look at what's going on behind our weight gain or our difficulty to lose weight. And we have to figure out how to do this in a way that next year's goal can be either a progression of this year's goal or a different goal because we achieved an outcome. When it comes to weight, you need to notice, and this is so important, you need to realize that your weight is always a symptom of something else. If you are overweight, there's always something behind that that needs to be addressed in order to lose the weight in a healthy way and live in healthy maintenance. Because for me, that should be the end goal. The end goal isn't losing the weight. The end goal is keeping it off. Now, some big questions that we need to ask is discover what is the going on behind this symptom of excess weight. I'm going to give you a few important questions to ask, and by no means are these all of the questions, but this is a starting point for you to look at. So one is, how is your relationship with food? Do you have forbidden foods aside from medical allergies and diseases? Okay, considering that you're not celiac, you don't have an allergy, you're not really intolerant to things. We love throwing around the word intolerant. Many people aren't, but aside from medical issues, do you have foods that you feel are forbidden to you? Are you scared? Are you afraid of eating certain foods? Are there certain foods that when you think of eating that food, you feel like it's going to make or break your progress? Another question is, what's your relationship with your body? Do you love yourself? Do you accept yourself exactly the way you are right now? Do you feel more or less valued and worthy depending on what you weigh and how you look in the mirror? Are your social life and relationships affected by how you feel about your body? So in your day-to-day life, in your relationship to how you look in the mirror, what does that look like for you? Another question is, how do you feel about exercise? Is exercise something you enjoy, or is it a punishment? Do you always compare calories in exercise with calories in food? Do you actually exercise regularly or not? Another big question is, how much do you believe in yourself? Now, I know that this sounds all like manifestation. This isn't it, okay? It's an actual belief in, do you think you can meet your goals? Are you confident that you're someone who can meet the goal and sustain it? Do you actually believe that you have the strength to see your goal through and do the subsequent work? And again, this isn't some, speak this into the universe and it's going to work. No, this is, when you think about yourself, do you think you are capable of doing it? A lot of people, they want to lose weight, but they don't actually believe that they're capable of doing it, either because they feel like it's too much weight to lose, or because they feel like diets are too difficult, or because they've tried before and failed. Regardless of the reason, it's important for you to ask yourself, do you actually believe that you can do this? And finally, another big question I think we should ask is, are there any medical issues? Now, again, I want to drive home the point that most people don't actually have a medical issue that's interfering with their weight. Okay, this is not where the majority of people are, but there are people who have legitimate medical issues regarding weight gain, and these have to be addressed by a physician. And now, again, you are going to be bombarded this month with things that are going to supposedly fix your gut, are going to fix your metabolism, are going to reset whatever needs. You're going to have detoxes, you're going to have cleanses. Listen, if you have a medical issue, an internet gut health expert, which by the way isn't actually a thing, okay, an internet gut health expert is not going to fix you. A 3-week hormone reset diet doesn't fix hormonal issues. A program that worked for such and such trainer isn't something that everybody should do. So look, if you think that you have a medical concern, that you need to speak to an actual doctor, not a quiz on the internet. And I strongly suggest you speak to your family doctor. It's the beginning of the year. Go get a checkup. Go see if everything's okay. And possibly follow up with an endocrinologist, specializes in hormones, if you really think that it's hormones which are the problem. And again, 9 out of 10 people don't have hormonal issues that are interfering with weight loss. But if you really think that's an issue, then go talk to a specialist. So anyway, these are big questions to ask so that you can start to have a little bit of understanding of what's behind your weight gain and see how you can actually reach your goal. So today I'm going to give you a few suggestions on how to do that. Now, we do have episodes on specific nutritional suggestions. So we have episodes about shopping for weight maintenance. We have episodes that talk about, I'm trying to remember the title so that you can find it more easily at the podcast, staying full in a calorie deficit and grocery shopping. These are some of the episodes that we talk specifically about nutritional things. But I do have 5 tips that are going to help you beyond those very minutia specifics. So 5 tips to actually reach your health goals this year. Number 1 is to keep it sustainable. You've probably heard this before, but I'm going to say it again because this is probably the most important tip of all. The more sustainable your diet is, the more chance you have of being successful. The reason why most diets fail isn't because the diet itself was bad. Most diets aren't inherently bad. The reason why most diets fail is because they aren't sustainable. You can only do whatever the diet is for a few days, a week maybe, but long term, think 1 month, 6 months, a year, you just can't sustain that diet. So your goal should be to eat as much as possible while losing weight as slowly as possible. Now, I don't mean that you're going to lose a quarter pound a week, okay? That's like 100 grams. No, I mean as slowly as possible. On average, that's 1 to 2 pounds a week on average, remembering that we don't lose weight linearly, and we have a podcast episode about this. And in that episode, I give you visuals of what the trends are in how we lose weight, why our weight fluctuates. It's the podcast episode about reasons you gain weight that have nothing to do with fat. So go and have a listen to that. But the point is, sustainable doesn't mean that you're losing weight every day. Sustainable means that on average, you're losing between 1 and 2 pounds a week over time. And if you're averaging that for weight loss, then you are most likely losing more fat than lean tissue, and you're eating enough that you're not constantly hungry and you're not constantly having that urge to binge meals or days, which end up backfiring. So the second tip is to get help, to have a tribe. Now, to be completely transparent, I've done this on my own, and I've done this on my own more than once. Most of the times that I did it on my own, I failed quickly. And a few of the times that I did it on my own, I failed after a while. Now, the reason why it is because it's so much easier to do this when you have some sort of support, because our environment is a huge factor in our success with any goal. When it comes to weight loss, if you feel like you're the only person in your world going after this goal, chances are you're going to get drowned in that. So find a coach, have one friend that's doing this with you, whatever it is, find some support. It's a lot more pleasurable and it's a lot easier than doing this journey in secret. Okay. You don't want to be, secretly doing a weight loss resolution or trying to lose weight, because it just makes it that much harder. So number 3 is don't crash diet. This is almost a repeat of number 1, but I really need you to listen to this. Slow down. Don't buy into losing 5 pounds in 5 days, 30 pounds in 30 days, getting a 6-pack in 10 minutes a day, or any other crap like that. Likewise, you honestly don't need a detox. Our bodies are incredible systems that have kidneys and a liver to detox. You don't need a detox pill, a shake, a tea, an oil, or a program to cleanse your body. Maybe because of the time of year we are right now, we just came out from Christmas and New Year's and all that food, you might be feeling a little off. Maybe you're feeling bloated, or maybe you felt downright awful after the parties, after certain meals. That's not built up toxins in your system. That is the effect of, number 1, eating more food than your body needed. Number 2, eating rich food, lots of fat, salt, and sugar that you probably don't eat at this amount on a regular basis. So the combination of more food than you need and the type of food, that's totally throwing off your system. And that's normal. Your body will flush this out, provided you don't continue eating like this. But going on a super low calorie diet to supposedly detox your system is going to do you more harm than good. And in our next nutrition podcast episode, I am going to explain exactly how this happens and why this backfires. So stay tuned for that. It's already a spoiler for 2 weeks away. Number 4 is to work on your relationship with food. One of the most common things I see when people fail to follow through with weight loss is simply that they have increasingly less freedom around food instead of more. So going on a diet, there are seemingly endless rules when it comes to food, and we just remove so many things that we enjoy in the name of fat loss and wellness that you get to a point you just can't take it anymore and you give up. No one in their right mind, now listen, don't hear what I'm not saying. Nobody in their right mind is going to argue saying that all foods have equal nutritional value. However, that's not the entirety of why we eat. So in terms of nutrition, an apple and a donut are obviously not equal. However, any food can fit in a balanced diet because food is more than its nutritional components. And the obsession with nutritional minutia of food has become its own problem, has become its own disorder. Dr. John Berardi calls it over-nutritionalizing. He calls it an almost obsessive interest in the nutritional and physiological aspects of a given food. So some understanding of nutrition, and this is what I try my best to bring to you, is really important, especially in the beginning stages of dieting. But that is not the entire focus of our life, nor do we only eat for nutrition. It's essential to work on your relationship with food regarding your values, your lifestyle, your priorities, your life goals, so that you make choices not based on rules or fear, but based on what's best for your body and your life, with an understanding that food is more than its macronutrient profile. No, food is food, and we eat for lots of reasons that aren't just nutrition. Now, the 5th tip I'm going to leave with you is to exercise. Exercise is not the best thing for weight loss. So hear me through. Okay. And we've talked about this before if you've been following the podcast. Exercise burns fewer calories than we feel like it burns and then we think it burns. That being said, exercise has countless health benefits, even in the absence of weight loss. This has been studied, and it's actually very interesting. People who exercise, even if maybe they could or should lose some weight, if they exercise, even without the weight loss, there are still improvements in health markers. So exercise is important, not as a tool to lose weight, but as a tool to gain health. Now, other very important reasons to exercise as well is because long-term studies show that people who lose weight and keep it off, 70% of these people exercise regularly. And exercise also helps you regulate appetite and satiety. So exercise as a part of your goal, it is extremely important because of the health benefits that you're not noticing, but also because it literally supports you to maintain your goal. So let's do this. Let's go into this year believing that you can reach your goals with a reasonable plan. Don't think of losing 10 pounds in a week. Don't do that. It's going to backfire. But do this calmly, be reasonable, work on your relationship with food, find some support. Okay, you can go into my page, you can see how my coaching works, you can reach out to us at the core, find some support. Slow and steady, patience and consistency is what is going to get you to the goals that you want to reach.
I love that.
You probably especially love the end.
I loved all of it. I mean, yes, of course, the exercise part is great, but I think I will definitely listen to this again on my own, just in a sense of how important it is to go slow.
Mm-hmm.
And it is crazy to me. And I always have the example of when you're in line at the grocery store, and you have these magazines of like 3-minute
Oh,
abs or
yeah.
21-day food cleanser or XYZ, and people feed into this,
Yes.
So I'm always curious, what happens on day 22? Like, do you just go back to your old habits and think that the 21 days that you just worked really hard at are going to be maintained. It's kind
And
of funny.
that's exactly what we're going to talk about in 2 weeks. We're going to have a episode all about starvation mode. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about is what happens when you diet so hard, what comes next. And it's always interesting to me because you see these cleanses, you see these diets. Of course, people lose weight.
Yeah.
People lose water weight, but
Yeah.
it's just the laws of physics. If you eat less than your body uses, you're going to lose weight. It's not that you detoxed your body, it's that you ate less than your body was consuming, especially and this is like this first week or so of the year is the best time for this kind of marketing because we ate so much Christmas and New Year, and because it was so, we've talked about this in the other podcasts, like you eat more carbs, you're holding on to water, you're bloated, and then you suddenly just slash the calories. Of course, people are going to lose weight. You're not losing fat though. And if you're not careful, this is going to backfire royally, but I'm not going to spoil all of the next episode.
Yes, this was absolutely wonderful. And I really hope that we're targeting you guys in a sense of how important it is to go slow. Just go slow and understand the developmental change is going to take time. All right. Well, thank you again. And then coming up next, I'm going to slightly piggyback off of what Ailini was chatting about today. Basically, what happens to you physically and mentally when you don't work out? And then also just a few tips to keep in mind to get you to work out and the importance of it. So until next time, thank you for joining us.
It's going to be amazing.